Finding the best internet service provider can be a challenge, and it's tempting to just look for a ranking and pick the one at the top. It doesn't work that way, of course, and that's why you won't find a simple ranking like that on reviews.org. What you can do, though, is answer a few questions about how you use or will use the internet in your home. Then you can compare providers who are going to be able to deliver what you need. So let's take a look at how to find the best internet service provider for you. Let's dive in. Now, the first thing you need to know is availability. This is pretty simple stuff. Obviously, no ranking will ever matter if it's ranking stuff that you can't even get in your area. So to find out for sure what's available to you, check out the zip code locator tool that we have scattered all over reviews.org, especially in the internet section. And what you'll generally see when you use that is a cable provider, a DSL provider, a satellite internet provider, maybe a fiber one thrown in too if you're lucky. As an example, I threw in a random zip code and the results came back with CenturyLink, which is DSL, Mediacom, which is cable, Viasat, that's a satellite company, and Suddenlink, another cable provider. Now, once you have that list of possible providers to look at, you can move on to the next question, which is about how much speed and data you'll need. Answering the speed and data question is all about knowing what you want to do with your internet connection and then how much of that you want to do. And while a lot of providers will, for obvious reasons, try to sell you the speediest and most expensive plan that they think they can get away with, in reality, you can often make do with less speed than you might think. So if you have a fiber provider promising gigabit speeds, you can pretty much ignore that if you're mostly just gonna browse Facebook and watch the occasional YouTube video. In that case, DSL is probably gonna be just fine for you. On the other hand though, if you have a half dozen people in your household and you're all simultaneously gaming and browsing and streaming, then yeah, you're probably gonna need some beefier speeds. In that case, you probably want a cable or a fiber connection if you can get it. But don't forget the second part of this question, data. When we talk about data being part of your internet plan, we're talking about data caps. You're probably familiar with data caps from your cell phone plan, but in the last few years, they have become a part of your regular internet plan too. Most of the time, honestly, you probably won't need to worry too much about it since data caps are usually quite a bit higher than what you'll actually use. The exception would be households that are extremely wired. Maybe you're constantly streaming video, or you do a ton of gaming, or you have 100 little connected smart devices. Just to give you one example, if you stream live TV, maybe through Sling TV or DirecTV Now, or whatever, and you watch 4 to 6 hours of TV a day, that'll eat up about 200 to 300 gigabytes of data over the course of a month. So if your data cap is 250 gigabytes a month, you might be in trouble, and you should look for a plan with a higher cap. So now you know what's available and what you actually need your internet to do for you, so you can start whittling it down. Obviously, the next big question will be about price. This is one question though that's gonna be tough for us to answer. We can tell you which provider is cheaper and which is pricier, but we can't tell you whether a provider is worth it to you. Maybe Xfinity offers speeds of 100 megabits per second in your area, while CenturyLink offers only 25 megabits per second, but at a lower cost. But that's where all these reviews we do come in handy. So hit up the internet section on reviews.org to see individual reviews of all the major providers with some head-to-head matchups and best ofs in there as well. We'll tackle the technical questions as well as the tougher ones like customer service. So if you want all the details on, say, CenturyLink, we've got that for you. Or if you want to see how CenturyLink stacks up against Xfinity, well, we've got that too. And of course, we want to know what you think of our approach to picking your internet service provider, so hit up the comments, and on your way, be sure to like and subscribe, of course. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.